Hello, welcome back. I'm not your financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but let's have a look at these charts. We'll start with Bitcoin. So yesterday we had broken above the 50 EMA in the 4 hour, which is a pretty good sign. We were thinking that the chances of it breaking above there and pushing up above this area here, which is the 200 EMA, was probably going to serve as some form of resistance. Looks like we were wrong there, or should I say I was wrong. It was basically able to push right through and continue all the way right up to the top of the Bollinger Band, which is where we are now, looking for some kind of small consolidation at this point. But these moves are very, very strong. Indicators suggest that it's got plenty of move to go to the up. Nothing really wants to stop it from moving up, I guess now, to its previous sort of most recent high of around 11,000 to 11,200. As we've now got above this area, the next thing that we're looking to do is get this green above the white, signifying a bit of a golden cross again. That would certainly be a good sign for Bitcoin, and to be honest with you, if it carries on this way, then that's probably going to take place. That is a great thing for Bitcoin, not such a great thing for altcoins in general, as few altcoins will survive this Bitcoin move back to the top, as all the money starts to pour back into Bitcoin in anticipation for it to have another big move again. I say big move, but move back up to 11,000, and then once we got the golden cross, then probably look to go a bit higher over time. Now, where we're going to go today, we're at the top of the Bollinger Band. Not that that means a great deal generally with Bitcoin, but we are at the top. We're having a little bit of a pullback here. So what I'm looking to see now is to have this pullback come back down to test this area here, which would be the 10,200, the area that we thought may have been a resistance. Now we're going to see if that tests and becomes a support. If that does become a support, that's a pretty good sign. It would suggest that we're on our road to recovering out of this area, and perhaps maybe this consolidation pattern could start to end. But at the moment it's not yet happened. We've got to see if there's a bounce on there and see what kind of bounce it is, and then see where that bounce takes us from there. If we can use this area as a base, this 10,200 as a base, I'd like to see one bounce and then a higher high and consolidation low, with a higher low and then a bounce to go higher high. That's the sort of thing I'll be looking for before I'm putting any more money into this boy. But that's the idea behind this move. If that does continue to happen, this green EMA will start to move up, as it already is. And once that's moved up and away and above this white 200 EMA, then we should be in for some bigger moves. At the moment, it's just waiting on the sidelines. Don't want this to come tumbling down and break this again, and then obviously continue with what has been and still could be considered right now as a continuation of this consolidation. We've not yet breached this point here. We'd like to. But yeah, we'll leave it with you there on this coin, okay? So there's moves playing out on that one. So we'll look at the way Matic's performing as a result of all of this, which is not very well. Matic has been struggling and continues to struggle, and it will keep struggling until something happens with the technology, I believe. Because at the moment it's a no trader, and there's a very, very, very low volume at the moment. No one's really wanting to buy any Matic up. It's as people anticipate the US customers not being able to purchase it and trade it on Binance, for instance. So really, people aren't looking to make any buys on this one, and you can tell really as this consolidation has played out. We have sort of started to level out, but we're now making new lows, which isn't a good sign for it. Really, though, where we've come from, we're still. We're still up from where it started, and that's got a lot. That does mean a lot. When you look at some of these other coins, some of these really big coins, they've come back down to where they started, or thereabouts. So really, in the grand scheme of things, yes, it has lost 75% of its all-time high, which is just its most recent high, but it's still probably around 25% up from its starting point, which is not too bad. And we'll have a look at the tether pairing, which actually, it's actually better than the Bitcoin pairing, and it would be considering everything that Bitcoin's been doing recently. But generally speaking, on a whole, it's not very good. We're trending beneath all moving averages facing down, and making new lows. Not the all-time lows, but new lows all the same. BitTorrent token, again, another coin that's suffering hard, along with all altcoins, every single altcoin, with the exception of a handful, and for their own reasons, really sort of suffering here. BitTorrent token, again, underneath all moving averages sloping downwards, looking to perhaps maybe be bottoming out again, perhaps at this area, looking for some more movement to the upside, but it'll only be very small. And we're actually making new lows now on the Satoshi values. We've got all the way down to 7. If we get down to 6, that'll be our all-time low that we'll be revisiting. And the way it's going right now, it wouldn't surprise me if that does happen in the next week or so. Let's have a look now at Stellar. Stellar moving exactly the same as Matic, pretty much identical patterns really. All moving averages facing down. Not even getting close to touching the 50s, and probably going to end up making new lows here with the Satoshi values. What's our most recent low? Well, we're making new lows as we speak. So yeah, not a great sign for Stellar, and I imagine So we're actually looking to be coming down to test where we started. Here, our most all-time low of 0.0073 cents. Okay, so don't be surprised if that touches there again before a bounce. Making new lows, brand new lows now. Actually, the worst performer, I would say, out of all the IEOs now. But this is to be expected. This price of this coin was pumped and just dumped, and that's what's happening here. So this is certainly a no-go coin at the moment. The good thing about it, if you can say anything good about it, is that because it's making new lows, we can just sit back and wait and watch to see how it plays out when it starts to recover from those. And but right now it's not going to be recovering, along with most of these alts are not going to be recovering anytime soon because the Bitcoin dominance is so high. Even when it receded, we didn't really see any pumps or anything at all actually for any of these coins, and now the dominance is rising again. So there's still going to be a fair bit of pain to be taking place for these boys. We look at One versus Bitcoin, and again making brand new lower lows than we ever have. So 99 Satoshis at the moment and falling. Right, so Phantom. So Phantom on Binance obviously is not a great deal to look at, but Phantom, has performed in the past. When you look at other sort of longer period charts of it, it's actually not looking too bad when you compare it to other coins. It actually does look okay. Just on the recent time frames, we're on the daily here. So really what I'm expecting to see now, because it's not making new lows, we are looking to see if we can create a higher high than this. If we can do that in this market, then this coin actually might be one of those secret hidden gems really. We're going to have to see if this is a new bottom for it in this market that we're in now, where all altcoins are suffering. This one might be one of those coins that doesn't suffer as hard. But we really have to wait and see. At the moment we are finding a bounce on this daily chart, and it looks like an okay bounce to me as well. So we'll have to sit back and wait and watch. We're going to check the US, the Tether pairing. Tether pairing is looking pretty good as well. So bottoming out around here, around 1.7 cent. And so actually, there is a good chance that this one could make a decent bounce. These are over a period of just under a month. We've made consistent sort of attempts to make higher highs, which we have done. We did find a big sell-off here, but if this is a genuine bounce, it's certainly a higher low. So we're going to see how this one pushes up. It's actually looking pretty good to me. Right, Elrond again, one of those coins that really is very hardly got anything. You can't really say anything about it, to be honest with you. It's too new really to really give you any kind of insight into it. It's making new lows, so that's not a good sign. And if we have a look on the Bitcoin pairing, again new lows, so this is a no-go coin for me as well, definitely no-go. So out of all of these coins, the ones that I'll be most interested in is certainly Phantom, perhaps maybe BitTorrent Token, and maybe Matic, but the only one that's got a chart worth charting out really at the moment, rather than just sitting and waiting and watching and for it to all bottom out because the market is basically pulling everything down, is Phantom. Phantom's looking pretty good, and we'll just end the video by admiring the way that Phantom's been moving, and probably looking for a bit more down today actually, but yeah, it's still a no trade zone for me. So don't get confused in me thinking that this is a buy. It's not a buy at the moment. It's definitely playing out some form of bullish trend. Or attempting to perform some kind of bullish trend, but a consolidation pattern at the moment and a pullback all the same. Going to wait to see basically, but yeah, that would be the coin out of all these ones that I've looked at here. That would be the only one that's worth looking at twice. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and take it easy. Thanks a lot.